Monsters, Inc. Mike's Dog Problem. It was business as usual at the new Monsters, Inc., where monsters collected laughs from human kids to use the energy. Mike Wazowski was one of the top laugh collectors. He told funny jokes that made kids giggle a lot, but lately he was having trouble on the job. "Oh no, not again," Mike groaned as he read the paperwork for his next assignment. "This kid has a dog." Mike was terrified of dogs, but no one else knew. He was too embarrassed to say anything. "I can't make kids laugh when there's a dog around," thought Mike. "Those drooling fur bags think I'm a big rubber ball." He really didn't want to face another dog, so he needed to come up with a good excuse to skip work. He paced the laugh floor, trying to think of something. "I can say I have monster pox," he said to himself. Just then, Mike's friend, Sully, arrived at the laugh floor. The big blue monster was new president of Monsters, Inc. "What are you waiting for, buddy?" asked Sully. "There's kids to crack up and laughs to collect." I dropped my contact lens," said Mike. "Good one, funny man," said Sully. He pushed Mike towards the door. "The kids will love your new material." Reluctantly, Mike walked through the door into the boy's bedroom. He saw the dog and immediately jumped up on a stool to get far away from him. He hoped that the dog would go away so he could tell jokes in peace. But this was a playful dog. It ran up to the stool and sat in front of Mike, who got so nervous he couldn't remember his jokes. The boy didn't laugh at all. Mike was very upset. He'd have to go back to work without any laughs. When Mike hopped off the stool, the dog jumped up so he could shake his paw. "Ah!" Mike screamed and held the stool between himself and the dog. He backed towards the closet. As he was shutting the door, he noticed that the boy sitting on the bed was frowning. Mike was sad. Kids usually loved it when he came to tell jokes, but he just couldn't relax when dogs were around. The next day, Mike was assigned to the same room because he hadn't collected enough laughs. Sully noticed that Mike didn't want to go, so he snuck in behind him to find out why. Inside, Mike tried to tell a joke, but he was so nervous that he just froze with fear. "Nice doggy, good doggy," he stuttered. Suddenly, Sully realized his friend was afraid of dogs. That day after work, Sully and Mike asked Mike why he got scared around dogs. "I feel like a giant chew toy when I'm near them. Like any second they might bite me," cried Mike. "Don't worry, pal," Sully said. "I'll show you some things to do when you're around dogs, and maybe you won't get as frightened the next time you see one." Sully taught Mike all about dogs and gave him some safety tips. Together, they read stories and watched videos about friendly dogs. "Remember, Mike, even though dogs slobber, have big teeth, and make loud noises, that doesn't mean they're scary. We have a lot of loud, slobbering friends. Just think of our pal Ricky." Mike laughed. Maybe Sully was right, he thought. The next day, he and Sully went to a room with a dog. Mike remembered what Sully had taught him: to stay calm and let the dog sniff him. He took a deep breath. The dog bounded over and sniffed Mike, who tried to relax. He looked over at Sully, who gave him a thumbs up. The dog was friendly, and Mike began to feel comfortable. Soon, he was telling one joke after another. Thanks to Sully's help, Mike became the top laugh collector again, and he even grew to like dogs. "Maybe I'll get a dog," declared Mike. "Maybe you should start with a hamster," Sully said with a chuckle. The end.